The air in the kitchen felt heavy, as if it carried the weight of unspoken words. Ethan stood frozen, a coffee mug dangling in his hand, when he overheard his wife, Lila, on the phone. Her voice, usually soft and melodic, sliced through the quiet morning with a venom he'd never heard before. "I wish he'd just disappear forever," she said, her tone sharp and resolute. The words pierced Ethan's chest, each syllable a shot of glass embedding deeper. He wanted to believe he'd misheard, but the cold finality in her voice left no room for doubt. By the next morning, he was gone. Ethan and Lila had been married for 12 years, their life a tapestry of shared dreams and quiet routines. He was a high school history teacher, grounded and thoughtful, with a habit of leaving sticky notes with silly doodles on her mirror. Lila, a graphic designer, was vibrant. Her laughter sparked that lit-up rooms. But lately, her warmth had dimmed. She'd grown distant, her smiles forced, her evenings spent hunched over her phone. Ethan chalked it up to stress. Her firm had been demanding more hours. He trusted her. He always had. That night, after her call, Ethan couldn't sleep. Her words replayed in his mind, a relentless loop. He lay beside her, staring at the ceiling, the space between them a chasm. Why would she say that? Was it a fleeting frustration or something deeper? He wanted to confront her, to demand answers, but fear held him back, fear of unraveling the life they'd built. Instead, he slipped out of bed, grabbed his phone, and retreated to the living room. There, in the glow of the screen, he found the truth. Lila's phone, left on the coffee table, buzzed with a notification. Ethan hesitated, his heart pounding. He'd never invaded her privacy before, but her words gnawed at him. With trembling fingers, he unlocked it. Her password was still their anniversary. A string of messages loaded, each one a dagger. "I can't keep pretending," she'd written to someone named Mark. "I love you. I need to be free." Ethan's breath caught. Mark, her co-worker, the one she'd mentioned casually, the one who'd joined them for dinner once, all easy smiles and lingering glances. The messages stretched back months, late-night confessions, plans to meet, promises of a future without Ethan. The betrayal was a physical ache, a vice around his chest. He wanted to scream, to shake her awake, to demand why she'd let their love erode in secret. But the weight of her wish, disappear forever, crushed him. Did she hate him that much? Had he been blind to her unhappiness? The questions swirled, each one a fresh wound. He thought of the mornings he'd made her coffee, the nights he'd held her through her insecurities, the vows they'd whispered under a starlit sky. Had it all meant nothing? By dawn, Ethan made a decision. He wouldn't confront her. Not yet. The pain was too raw, his trust too shattered. Instead, he packed a bag, left a note, "I need space. I'll be back," and drove to a motel an hour away. The room smelled of stale smoke, the bed creaking under his weight as he sat, staring at nothing. He didn't know what he was running from, her betrayal or his own brokenness. His phone buzzed with her calls, her texts. "Where are you?" "I'm worried." The hypocrisy stung. Was she worried he'd vanished, or relieved? Days blurred into nights. Ethan wrestled with his emotions, anger, grief, a desperate need to understand. He replayed their marriage, searching for cracks he'd missed. Had he been too predictable, too safe? Had he failed to see her drift away? He called his sister, Claire, who listened as he poured out his heartbreak. "You deserve someone who chooses you every day," she said, her voice steady. But Ethan wasn't ready to let go. He loved Lila, even now. On the 5th day, he returned home. The house was silent, the air thick with absence. Lila sat at the kitchen table, her eyes red-rimmed, a crumpled tissue in her hand. "Ethan," she whispered, standing, "I thought you were gone for good." Her voice broke, but Ethan felt no warmth, only the echo of her wish. "I heard you," he said quietly, his voice steady despite the storm inside. "On the phone. I know about Mark. I know you want me gone." Her face crumpled, tears spilling. "I didn't mean it," she sobbed. "I was angry, confused. I love you, Ethan, I do." But her words felt hollow, a reflex to salvage what was already broken. He wanted to believe her, to rewind time, but the trust they'd built over years lay in ruins. "You wish me gone," he said, his voice breaking. And I don't know how to stay with someone who could say that." He turned and walked out, the door clicking shut behind him. The world outside was gray, the sky heavy with unshed rain. Ethan didn't know where he was going, only that he couldn't stay in a house where love had turned to lies. As he drove into the dusk, her words haunted him still, not just a betrayal, but the truth they'd revealed. Sometimes, the people you love most are the ones who break you. And sometimes, disappearing is the only way to survive.